Hello, guests. I'm the host, and welcome to the Silent Lounge. So it's 7 p.m., September 22nd, and I have a couple hours until the game releases. believe it's I believe it's 5 hours. I'm gonna go to bed right after this video uploads. I'm gonna go to sleep so that way when I wake up at 11, I can get ready so that way I don't fall asleep during the playthrough, the big event. I've been waiting for this for so long, and now I get to play it tonight. It's amazing. I have adrenaline coursing through my veins. It's amazing. So I wasn't going to look at the reviews. I was trying my best to avoid the reviews, and I accidentally stumbled upon the reviews. I was trying to go to the Steam page, and like a dum dum, I Googled Silent Hill F, and the reviews are here. So I want to talk about the reviews. I'm going to just read the consensus and then we're going to talk about it. I'm going to post it and then later on we're going to play the game for ourselves. So let me pull up the reviews. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's holding at an 85. So the embargo lifted earlier today, and these are all the journalists that were able to review it. 90, 80, 90. So there's no negative reviews. There's only a couple of mixed reviews, but the vast majority of it is positive. This is really good, and it's just making me more excited to play this game. We're gonna read a few of the reviews. I don't want to read too much because I don't want to spoil it for myself or any of you guys. If there is spoilers, I'll cut it. I'll just take the hit so you guys can be fine. But let's read this one from Radio Times. Silent Hill F marks the return of the franchise in a big way. It's revitalized, it's exciting, it's haunting, and it's terrifying. With the doors wide open for more horror and experimentation to expand the franchise, I can't wait for more. Let's look at another review from GameSpot. So this is GameSpot. And I actually trust their opinion. They're pretty reputable, in my opinion. I don't know if they are in the wide area of gaming journalism, but normally when I read the reviews or watch the reviews, I like what they have to say. If anyone has a problem with that, let me know in the comments below. So this is what they have to say. Perhaps this isn't surprising considering that nearly every part of Silent Hill F is crafted with the same level of care and skill. And yet, that doesn't make anything about this game and what NeoBards has achieved any less impressive. Silent Hill F is not just a return to form, it's a remarkable evolution. It's visual spectacle, a mastercraft in psychological horror, a work of narrative brilliance, and a new benchmark for the Silent Hill series. Wow, that is high praise. Let's check out Gaming Bible. Let's see what they have to say. Despite being dragged down by the combat, I was thoroughly invested and on the edge of my seat for the majority of the game. And despite the horrors I witnessed, it hasn't swayed me from seeing every available ending for the full and complete story. Okay, that's pretty good. So there's obviously more than one ending. I think we all knew this. Let's read a mixed review. Tech Radar Gaming. Let's see what they have to say. It may not be set in the titular town, but Silent Hill F undoubtedly encompasses the essence of the series with a dark, twisted, and emotionally weighty tale of psychological horror. It also takes plenty of imaginative and creative risks that are fantastic and flawed in equal measure. It would be an even more special game if only it weren't plagued by an inconsistent atmosphere and some of the most miserable combat I've ever experienced. So that's unfortunate because we all had a fear or a concern about the combat being lackluster. Of course, I believe that is the lowest review. Because look at all these reviews. These are all 90s, 90s, 90s. And then we have a good majority of them of the 80s. I believe a good chunk of them are in the 80s. And then we have the 70s. IGN is 7 out of 10, I believe. So this is the American IGN. Let's read them. Silent Hill F presents a fresh new setting to explore and fascinating dark story to unravel, but its melee-focused combat takes a big swing that doesn't quite land. It's really unfortunate. So, there's no scores, but let's read The Verge. Silent Hill F beautifully communicates her emotional arc from vying desperately for survival to unleashing violent fury. Hinako doesn't so much blossom as erupt. She becomes mighty force of nature in her own right. That's interesting. So none of these are spoiler filled. Again, if there is spoilers, I'm gonna cut it from the video so you guys don't have to worry. There's no spoilers in this video. But look at all these reviews. A lot of 90s, 95, 100. So there's only 5 mixed reviews, while 66 reviews are fresh. They're positive. So this is very, very promising. I do have to say it is very, very promising. Again, my excitement is through the roof. I tried to avoid the reviews, but unfortunately, there's always a chance, even with my audience, because I do read all the comments, there's always a chance that the reviews are going to get leaked and then I'm going to see it. I can't avoid that. Apparently on PC, it's $52 rather than $70. I don't know if I would trust that link, but anyways, 85. That's great. That's not just good, that's great. And I think the general consensus with Silent Hill F is that the atmosphere is there, the story is there, the world building is there, the thrills, the chills, they're there. The one thing that isn't quite there is the combat. And again, we knew that the combat was going to be a problem from the gameplay footage that we've seen. Sometimes the combat doesn't quite have impact. And I feel like that's going to be a thing in the game. I don't know if they're going to fix that or maybe they just didn't nail it. But the combat is going to be an issue. Is this the worst thing in the world? No, I don't think the combat being not as polished as we think it is going to be a deal breaker for me. I don't know if it's going to be a deal breaker for anybody else. There's no gun combat, it's just melee. And that has been a returning factor for all the Silent Hill games. It's always been some form of melee combat. I don't believe the Book of Memories or Shattered Memories. I keep forgetting which game that came out on the Wii where it was just a point, shine the flashlight. I believe that was Shattered Memories. Anyways, I don't believe that one had melee combat, but most of the other games had melee combat. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I know Silent Hill: The Short Message was kind of like a walking simulator, and PT Silent Hills was also a walking simulator, and Silent Hill Ascension was an experience that I don't think any of you guys want to go through. But in terms of mainline games, I don't believe there has been a Silent Hill that doesn't feature melee combat. It's been a staple in the series or the franchise. And the combat has always been clunky. It's always been janky. It's never been the best. Except for Silent Hill 2 Remake. That game has really good combat. The animations and the combat feel fantastic. Metacritic is it's kind of like a good review site to get a good consensus. Of course, the score can fall down or go up. This is literally just the embargo lifting. The game it needs, I believe it's 2 more days until it releases to the public. But for the early access gamers like myself, it's coming out at midnight. So, yeah, this is me reacting to the reviews on Metacritic. Again, my excitement is through the roof. I'm trying to turn on the skeptical meter in my brain to just be skeptical. I'm allowing myself to be excited, but again, the score can always go up or down. But right now, right out the gate, it's 85, and I think that is very, very promising. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm going to play this at midnight, so be there or be square. I also got myself an animated PNG version of me as a watermark, and it's also going to be on my thumbnails, just to give the channel a little bit of personality. Let me know what you guys think of my little character, the host, polishing a shot glass. I'll see you guys in the next one, or I'll see you later tonight at midnight. Be there or be square. Take care.